there's a lot of, we've covered that Trump got indicted in New York for 34 counts, felony counts, mostly dealing with the Stormy Daniels situation, right? So it's 34 felony counts for that, violating what it was, election finance laws. Then recently, it was a week or two ago, he got tagged and indicted again in Miami for federal court. And he's got 37 felony indictments on that one. And those are for the all the stolen top secret files he had hidden around Mar-a-Lago. He had some on the hidden backstage of the stage, the ballroom area. He had some hidden in one of his bathrooms by the shower. But I like to read when I'm on the toilet.
Man, so yeah, a little light reading. In case he runs out of toilet paper, he can also, use something a little rougher. But he does like to brag that he's the most popular president in history. But now, popular with who?
Yeah.
Investigators, court.
Certainly. Well, so he's already 71 felony counts, right?
Wow. Jeez. Okay.
All right. He's having a summer. Now, let's hear from news in Atlanta. What's going on there? Could this be more counts coming?
Atlanta police, Fulton County Sheriff's Office, they both sent employees to Miami this week. Talk me through how these law enforcement agencies are preparing for a possible indictment.
Law enforcement agencies see this as a dry run. See what happened in Miami and Manhattan as a dry run for what could happen if Atlanta prosecutors pursue charges against the former president and his top deputies. Because remember, here in Atlanta, this indictment could be much broader than what we've seen in Miami and Manhattan.
So, for those of you who don't know what he's talking about, Trump famously made a phone call to Georgia to try and get them to basically flip the election to him. It was the big, I need 11,800 votes, guys. Just find them, right? It was an hour phone call. He talked for like 57 minutes of it. And yeah, basically begging them. And it was all on tape. You can listen to the whole thing. It's an hour if you're so inclined. It's funny. I'll tell you that. I mean, it is really funny. It's like watching a guy beg a loan shark for another week. It really is pretty funny. Come on, guys! I just need another day. I just need another 1,000 votes. Oh, man.
Oh my God!
You guys, are you there? So,
I mean, I understand feeling that way. I'm sure he's not the only person who's felt that way. My God, all I need is just this more time or votes or whatever. But seriously, you just don't get to control the world, unfortunately.
Well, the other thing is that's how an election works. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But no, so that's vote tampering is what he was trying to do. I mean, and so God knows how many counts are going to be involved in that. But that also involves former Mayor Rudy Giuliani was involved in that. And Lindsey Graham, who is is he the senator from South Carolina? So what was he doing in Georgia trying to pressure them? So this could hit a bunch of people. So when he's saying this is a much broader thing, yeah, this could be a lot of charges, and this could be dozens and dozens of people getting charged on these felony counts, which would make it even potentially a RICO statute, RICO is basically conspiracy. So if you could charge one person in the conspiracy for a felony, you can charge everybody for the same felony under RICO. So if Lacey and I conspire to rob if Lacey and I conspire to rob a bank, and I robbed the bank, and Lacey doesn't have any involvement, so she didn't actually commit the crime, but she was involved in the conspiracy, then under RICO, Lacey could be charged with everything I'm charged with, every felony I'm charged with.
So that's one of those things that makes me want to reinforce the lesson to children. Be careful who your friends are, man. Be careful who your friends are.
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
Because you're hanging out with the wrong people, and bam.
Next thing you know, there's a RICO warrant on your ass.
There's a RICO.
So let's listen to him talk about it a little bit more, because this is probably the biggest of the three, because this is trying to tamper with a U.S. election. This is trying to overthrow democracy, is what we're talking about.
And it can involve members of Donald Trump's inner circle. It can involve local officials here in Georgia. So we could be looking at a very broad indictment. And they're down in Miami. They were down in Miami this week, picking up tips on how to respond, how to prepare for protesters, demonstrators. The media is a big part of it as well, because there'll be a crush of reporters here on top of all the demonstrators and just the passersby who just want a glimpse at history.
Frank, the AJC reports, quote, there are many reasons why Georgia may want to look to its southern neighbor when it comes to handling Trump. Florida is closer to Georgia politically than New York, has more similar gun laws. And Miami and Atlanta's law enforcement resources also pale in comparison with New York City. What is the type of resource sharing, not just between cities, but with the FBI as well? What is the benefit of Atlanta officers getting a real-time preview of what could play out in Georgia?
Yeah, so they're just going to talk about how they're going to handle the indictment. They are getting concerned that, especially in Georgia, that maybe there could be some Trump supporters that show up with guns or cause problems or whatever. So that's what they're talking about with all this stuff. But what's more important is that, yeah, the Fulton County DA is probably going to indict. I mean, there's almost no reason for her not to at this point, and it's going to be devastating. So, yeah. So between that, I mean, I know the New York case they haven't set a trial date yet, and they'll probably try to drag that out as long as they can. They'll try to drag it out to pass the election and hope he wins, kind of thing. And then he'll be sort of in the clear. The federal case, on the other hand, they've already set the trial date for August 14th. So I'm sure they're going to try and set it over if they can, but we'll see. The judge, though, in that case is actually a judge Trump appointed and is actually kind of a Trump fan. So everybody was saying she should recuse herself, but she's refused to do that. So the Florida one's probably going to be the most brutal. So, yeah, we'll see how it all plays out. But deep, deep trouble. Deep trouble. Poor Don.
Man, that takes the idea of being popular to a whole different place.
He is popular. He's going to be super popular in prison.
Oh, man.
All right.
I shudder to think about what other inmates would think of him. They'd say he has pretty girly little hands.
Girly little hands. That's right. You're not going to federal prison. You're going to state prison with the crotch binders. No TV.
No TV for you.
No TV. That would be tough on him, man, because he watches TV, like 6 hours a day? Anyway.
Jeez.
So, for our next little bit, I guess this is sort of news. This was more just for fun, because this is just